back in high school senior year, right around prom time, I had went to this barber in Philly. Nice cuts, decent price. Went back to him, I think 2-3 more times after that. Last time I went to him, let's say I had an appointment at like 8 o'clock. I ain't get in chair till probably like maybe 11ish, something around there. Still let him cut my hair that day. Like I said, he had decent cuts. I probably had something to do the next day. That's why I even stayed there. Should have let my dad cut my hair, come back and let my dad cut my hair. But stayed there, probably had something to do the next day. Let him cut my hair. That was the last time he saw me in his chair in the shop. Now that I think about it, that's not what made me want to become a barber. That's what made me want to learn how to cut my own hair. I guess I would have to say what made me want to become a barber is the idea of not having to work for anyone else. Basically working for myself, entrepreneurship. Yeah, honestly, I would have to say the idea of working for myself is what made me become a barber. My dad started out teaching me how to cut my own hair. From there, I went to start cutting friends' hair. I was alright. I was halfway decent. I was doing that for about 2 going on 3 years. Then my dad had ran into one of my cousins at Walmart. They started chatting it up, and they basically was talking about me, how I wanted to learn how to cut hair. And my cousin Armaliano, he said, swing by the shop, we'll work out a contract and everything, we'll get him in the shop, I'll teach him, he'll be able to take his test. And so that right now I'm at Armaliano's Total Experience. That's in Parkersburg, PA. Molly's doing a great job teaching me, preparing me, getting me ready for my state board exam. Who do I look to for inspiration? There's a lot of barbers on the list. Just to name a few, I would have to say Vic Blends, 360 Jeezy, Tariq Jackson, Rob the Original, Kenny Duncan, and A-Rod. Out of those couple, I would have to say more so Kenny Duncan, Tariq Jackson, Rob the Original, and A-Rod. Nothing against Vic Blends and 360. For me, more so, I look at 360 for wave tutorials, how to get my waves better and all that. Vic Blends, I just like his videos. I like the way he cuts. I look to him sometimes if I'm trying to having difficulty with a certain type of cut or a certain type of hair. Kenny Duncan, he is a educator for Andis. In my opinion, one of the top barbers in the industry. Tariq Jackson has his own school out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I believe. A-Rod, he's an artist along with Rob the Original. They're both artists. The stuff they do outside of the barbershop, crazy. It blows my mind sometimes when I see it. You guys gotta check them out on Instagram. They all got Instagrams. Vic Blends is at Vic Blends, 360 Jeezy at 360 Jeezy. Tariq Jackson is I am Tariq Jackson. Kenny Duncan is K Duncan Grooming. Rob the Original is at Rob the Original. Who am I missing? Tariq Jackson, Big Blends, 360. A-Rod is A-Rod 32, something like that. I enjoy watching all their content. But like I said, Tariq Jackson, A-Rod, Rob the Original, and Kenny Duncan, probably my top barbers I look to for inspiration. Other than barbers, art is literally all around us, from the swoop in the Eagles helmet to the lineage and the curvature on a Coca-Cola bottle, to this shirt I'm wearing. Shout out my young boy in Philly. He got his own clothing brand, Lavish Apparel. Art is literally all around us, y'all. And I'm inspired every day, honestly. There's a difference between inspiration and motivation. I actually got this from Vic Blends. I think Vic Blends said motivation only lasts about 48 hours. You can be inspired by something for a lifetime, honestly. This question kind of ties into the first one I answered, but being a barber wasn't something I always wanted to do ever since I was a youngin'. Like I said, it's just the thought of being an entrepreneur, working for myself, that really pushed me into becoming or wanting to become a barber. I would have to say once I started cutting my own hair, the idea did pop into my head like, oh wow, I could do this on other people and make money off of it. A lot of people say money is the motivation. At the same time, yes it is, but perfecting my craft and actually learning something other than how to acquire money is something I want to do. Advice for up and coming barbers. Can't really speak too much on it because I'm an up and coming barber myself. I'm an apprentice barber. I would just have to say stay the course. It's going to get difficult. It's going to get rough sometimes. You're going to want to probably quit. You're probably going to want to just give up. Just stay the course, stick to it. One thing I definitely can say, find a mentor and not a teacher. What I mean by that is Armaliano is, I want to say, he's my mentor, he's my teacher, he's my cousin. But before all that, he's my mentor. The difference between a mentor and a teacher, a mentor is going to actually show you the ropes, guide you in whatever trade you're learning. Teacher is going to say, here, do this, look at these videos, and basically sit back and watch you do you. Mentor, he's going to get hands-on with you, show you the ropes. He's going to let you make the mistakes, show you what mistakes you made, and lastly, make you fix those mistakes that you didn't make. That's really all I can say on that. Find a mentor and not a teacher. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that you asked this question, man, you already know what I thought about that second forehead in the back of your head that see here. Wasn't no fixing that, man. But on a serious note, how to save a bad haircut. 2 weeks, honestly. And what I mean by 2 weeks is, if I were to make a mistake in someone's head, they might not be able to notice, but me having time in the industry now, I can pick up on certain things that someone that's not a barber might not pick up on, or someone that doesn't pay too much attention to their hair might not pick up on. But at the same time, it's eating me alive on the inside. Like, I could have did that, I could have did this better. But let me go into depth about what I mean by 2 weeks. So basically, 2 weeks go by, that client hopefully comes back into the shop, and that's honestly the only way you can fix the hair or save the haircut. To go off of that, what Molly likes to say is 3 visits. So basically, first visit, the first time the client sits in your chair, you're basically learning their hair texture, learning their head shape. They might show you a picture of how they usually wear their hair, how they want the haircut. You might not hit it on the head the first time. The second time that person sits in your chair, if they come back to you, you should be getting used to the hair texture. You should be getting used to the shape of their head. If they're getting the same type of haircut, you should already have an idea in your head how the customer wants it and how you can finesse it. Third time, you should knock it out the park. You should already be used to their hairstyle, their hair texture, and the head shape. So you and the client should be on the same wavelength, basically, on what style they want and how it's going to come out. My favorite type of cut, honestly, gotta be a fade. There's just so many varieties of fades. We got the pompadour fade, mid fade, bald fade, a temp fade, etc., etc. And going off of fades, the different textures of hair that we work with. Native Americans and Asians usually have straight hair. Caucasians usually they can range from straight, wavy, and curly hair. Most African Americans or blacks have curly to overly curly hair. I would say for me, straight hair is challenging because obviously I don't have straight hair, I have curly hair. But I like challenges, so I would say straight hair is honestly a challenge, but I like cutting it. I like experiencing, I like working my way through straight hair, Caucasian hair. The type of clippers I use, I'm going to show you right here. Well, Magic Clips and Oster 76s, classic 76s. So the difference between, well, one of the many differences between these two, the Oster Classic 76s are corded, while Magic Clips do not have a cord. They can be corded. These are cordless, so I don't have to have the cord to be able to function these. They just need to be charged up like any cellular device or whatever. As well as another difference from these are adjustable blade. So there is an adjustable lever, and these are a removable blade. So you flip this up, take the blade off. They have different blade sizes you can put on here, and you just clip it back on and turn it on. With these, they're blades. So basically, like I just said, you take it off, grab a different size. This is a 1.5, so I use 1.5s, 1s, and halves on my head. With the adjustables, all you do, there's a level right here. Just flip that on and off, and you have what are called clipper combs or attachment combs or clipper guards. I'm sorry. So basically, clip this on, and you play with the leather. Take it off, put a different attachment comb or clipper guard on, play with the lever. I would have to say working with the wall Magic Clips is probably my favorite option over the classic 76s for Oster. One of the many reasons being that it's cordless, so that cord doesn't get in the way when I'm cutting people's hairs. I can maneuver around without having to trip over a cord. As well as it's faster. So what I mean by it's faster, whoa, almost dropped it. I'm not constantly having to remove a blade, look at the numbers, pick a blade out, put it back on, close it, and then keep cutting. Literally all I have to do with this, leave it running, play with the lever, grab a guard, put it on, play with the lever, cut. Take it off, grab another, put it on, play with the lever, cut. In my opinion, it's faster. It's a faster way of working for me. Before I got the Magic Clips, I was doing all my cuts with the 76s. The 76s cut better in my opinion. But then again, that's blades versus using attachment combs. So it's honestly the barber's opinion. My favorite part about being a barber has to be the clients. Easy. What I mean by that is barbers honestly have the power to make someone's day. This hasn't happened to me, but just an example. Somebody could come in wanting to end it all, sit in a chair, talk about life, looking rough, looking like they need a cut. Basically, why are they at the barbershop? They don't need a cut. They sit in a chair, they chat it up with their barber. Barber cuts their hair, gives them a clean fade, nice lineup. They look in the mirror and they're like, wow, I look like $1 million. So they come into the store feeling out of it, feeling down, feeling out. They walk out looking clean, looking fresh, looking like $1 million. They're up. Like, we honestly as barbers have so much power that we don't understand. I love it. Right now, my goals as a barber, number one is definitely to get my license. Because like I said before, I'm an apprentice barber. So number one, get my license. I'll have to say after that, open up a shop of my own. Hopefully with family members. I'm a big family guy, family oriented. After that, pass the trade down the line, whether it be one of my offspring or another younger family member of mine. Obviously, there's steps in between all three of those. Don't really have time to explain them all out, but I have to say, yeah, get my license, open up a shop, and then pass the trade somewhere down the line. This is honestly one of the hardest questions on this list to answer. In short, I'm not sure yet. My mentor was telling me a story about how another barber in the industry had went to college or university, doing barbering on the side as a little hustle, pick up extra money. Barber realized he was nice and started doing it full time, dropped out of college, and his barber career really took off. He's a top educator in one of the top barbering brands around. Do I see myself doing it? I mean, I'm not gonna say no, I'm not gonna say yes. One thing I can say is I'm gonna always have a plan B. So right now, plan is to get my license, work at a shop part-time, go back to college, get my degrees. From there, hopefully I don't gotta work for no one else. I can either just continue working at a barbershop part-time, or I'll be in my field of study, which is health science. And then from there, it's God's plan. Would Drake say God's plan? Yeah, I can't sing. I'm never gonna do that again. But yeah, honestly, it's hard to say right now, decide right now. I'm just go with the flow.